Hello and welcome, everyone. It is a Thursday night, April the 15th, and this is podcast number 49. I am Jen, and my son Dan is not here. He had to run down to his brother's house, and he is not back yet, and I don't expect him to be back before the podcast ends. So, normally I would introduce you to my son Dan. Not tonight. Um, let me remind you, if you are new here, please subscribe and click that notification bell. Turn those notifications on so you are notified when we upload new content or when we go live. Tonight, I do not have a specific topic. I came up with something, but I don't know how interesting it's going to be, but I'm probably still going to talk about it anyway. Maybe not even a whole lot because there's not a whole lot to say. But I do want to let you guys know that we will be going to the Coaster Power Hour tomorrow night. It is opening night of that event at Great Adventure. So Six Flags is doing, if you haven't heard, they're doing Coaster Power Hours on select Thursday and Friday nights in April and May. I think, I can't remember if like next Thursday they're doing, like if maybe the Thursdays are more in May. I don't have it in front of me either, unfortunately. But so we're going to that. Originally, I didn't think we were going to go. And then a little birdie told me that ticket sales were low. And it sounds like maybe we'll be able to re-ride coasters a lot. So basically what it is they're open from, I think it's 6 to 11. And only the coasters will be open, weather permitting. Now, there will be some coasters, if it's too cold, that they won't be able to run, or, if there's lightning in the area, something like that, they won't be able to run them. But anyway, and I also found out that we can use our dining plan during this special event. So that's really cool. I don't know what food venues will be open or anything like that. I'm kind of hoping food trucks will be there because I don't mind spending a little bit of cash on some food truck food. I would like to try Twisted Steaks for sure. I would like to try that. So I mean, we'll just see. And supposedly every hour there's supposed to be surprises. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you have to be in a certain spot for these surprises or if you have to be in line for a coaster for the surprises or what it is. But we're going to go tomorrow night and we're going to find out. It is not supposed to be as cold as originally forecast. Like earlier in the week, it was supposed to be in the 30s at night. That doesn't seem to be the case. So, yeah, maybe it won't be too super cold because I don't like to ride when it's like bitter cold out. I'll probably still take my gloves because if I jump on nitro, it gets cold. It really gets cold, especially because it goes out into the trees, and then you go, when you're high up, it gets really cold up there. So anyway, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. It'll just be the five of us, just me and John and Dan and Paul and Rachel. So we're planning on going and having a really great time, and we probably will be doing that event one other time at least. I think May 7th, we're going to be joining CJ's Crazy Coaster Crew. That's the day that they all chose to go as a group. So we're going to be trying to join them on May 7th as well. So really looking forward to that tomorrow night for sure. Oh, you are probably wondering what's in my cup tonight. Or you're not, but there's always coffee in my cup, pretty much always. So this is my Mickey cup. This is the cup I'm drinking it out of tonight. There we go. And I also have a bottle of water, just in case. Because you get to talking and your mouth dries out and your throat gets crazy and stuff. Um, I needed that. So I'm trying to also concentrate on not letting this block my face. Because I'm not used to doing it alone, and I feel like it needs to be directly in front of me, but it really doesn't. It can be off to the side, so sorry. Anyway, um, here's what I thought I would talk to you guys about tonight. At least one thing, anyway. First of all, let me get past that. I'm going to be talking to you about a game that I'm playing on my phone. That's what I'm going to be talking to you about. It's an interactive game that you're playing with other people. It's pretty crazy. I will tell you about it in a minute. I have not caught up on The Falcon and Winter Soldier yet. I've only seen that first episode, so I do need to catch up on that, or else I would probably chat about that, but I can't because I haven't seen it. And there's another show. There's a show on Netflix that I just found out about, and I haven't started watching it yet, but I want to watch it. It's called The Circle, I believe. I think it's called The Circle. And it's a reality-based show, and I'm not exactly sure what all they do, but it looks kind of interesting, so I'm going to check it out. And if I hate it, you'll probably never hear me talk about it again. Okay. I don't think I have any other like Six Flags news or Disney news or anything of that nature. So this is probably going to be a shorter podcast just because now when I get to the point where we're going to do, and it might be soon, but I'm not sure, it'll probably be soon-ish, that we are going to do a Jersey Devil podcast that we're going to talk about the history of the Jersey Devil and how my family factors into the Jersey Devil story, and just talk about that. You know, we want to do it prior to the Jersey Devil coaster opening, but because we don't have an opening date and I don't know if they'll announce it like in time for us to throw a podcast together about it, I think I'm just going to go ahead and try to plan it for sometime in May. And that'll be a really, really interesting podcast. You won't want to miss that for sure. And I may actually do a short video as well for those people who aren't interested in a podcast at all. Some people just don't, get into it. And especially if you're not one of our podcast viewers. I know that we have some viewers who are all about the podcast. They love the podcast, but maybe don't watch a lot of the other videos, but they enjoy the podcast, and vice versa. I know that there's many of you that enjoy the videos, but you're like, on the podcast. So, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. We are fine with that. So, yeah, I think sometime early May is probably when we will get together a Jersey Devil podcast and talk all things Jersey Devil. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about this game I've been playing on my phone. It is called, first of all, I know I've mentioned before on a podcast that I like reality shows. I like game shows. I'm into that. I'm into, real people getting on a stage and spinning wheels for money and all that. I've always liked it since I was a kid. Price is Right was one of my absolute favorite shows. So then, in the year 2000, actually prior to that, when reality shows started becoming a thing, The Real World was actually the first reality show of its type, which was sometime before 2000. But in the year 2000, Survivor premiered, and also Big Brother. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. So I really got into it. And I've watched every season of Survivor. I've watched every season of Big Brother. So the game I am playing is Big Brother the game. And I downloaded it back in late December, early January, maybe? Something like that. It was probably January when I downloaded it. Anyway, so I downloaded it. You make an avatar. And you give yourself a screen name, and you play the game of Big Brother. So there are 7 tiers, and the first tier, eight there are 8 people in the house, and you have these competitions. So the head of household competitions in tier 1 are all quizzes, and the quizzes are to deal with travel and alcohol and things like that. um so the veto competitions are more like a uh they're memory based games. So like, here's a list of ingredients, and tell us what the third one was, that kind of thing. um so that's tier 1. Tier 2 is very similar. The HOH, head of household, uh comps are quizzes. They are horror film quizzes and serial killer quizzes. Well, serial killers are right up my alley. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. There's also an endurance comp, which is pretty difficult. You have to hold on to a little button, shows up, and you have to hold on to it, and it starts to move after a while, and you have to follow it all around. And if your finger lets off, even just slightly, like, you drop and you're done. And there's all kinds of things. You can buy immunity, you can get a do-over in certain games and stuff. So anyway, so I've been playing this game, Big Brother the game, December. So it took me 3 tries to get through tier 1. Okay, no big deal. And I made it to final 3, because what they do is they bring you down to final 3, and then the public votes. So you have spectators, and then the public will vote on which 2 should go through. So I think in all 3, I'm pretty sure in all 3, all 3 of the tier 1 houses I was in, I made it to final 3. And finally, I got myself pushed through. So then I go to tier 2. I've been in tier 2 for a long time. I am getting ready to do my 10th tier 2 house. That's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. So there are 10 people in tier 2 houses, and I have made it to final 3 or 4 times. And the other ones, the worst I've done is final 6. I was voted out. And that was because I made the mistake of taking the HOH quiz before grabbing immunity. Had I grabbed immunity, I would have been fine. But anyway, so I actually just got beat out of my last house just like an hour ago. It was so like heartbreaking. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just terrible. I had an alliance with one person. He was basically my final 2 from day 1. We started talking immediately. Sorry, that was the cat. And there's Tigger's tail. It's because Miku is chasing him. So, Miku, maybe you could stop it. Miku. Tigger, could you maybe take your tail out of the shot? Okay, enjoy Tigger's tail. So, anyway, I had a final 2 alliance with this guy. His screen name was Crabzilla. Anyway, so Crab, call him Crab. Like, from minute 1 of talking to him, like, he and I decided, like, this is it. Like, if you're good at the comps, I'm good at the comps. We literally ran that house. And we had almost won every single head of household competition until today. It was my turn. He wasn't able to play because he won yesterday. It was my turn to win. There were 7 questions on the quiz, and I only got 5 right. That's unusual for me. Well, they threw in like 4 questions I've never seen before. And I've played this, I've played the tier 9 times. So I've seen every question, or so you would think. No, there were 4 new questions in there. I guessed, I got 2 of them right and 2 of them wrong. And I couldn't believe that I didn't win. I was hoping that the other people only got 4 questions so that, I would win. It didn't happen. So what happened was, is Crab and I wound up, so we were at Final Four. And at Final Four, 2 people are chosen to basically compete against each other, and nobody gets voted out. It's just the loser goes home. Well, he and I tied in the eviction comp. And apparently what happens is, if there's a tie, whoever did it fastest is the winner. Well, apparently I'm slow. So I'm out. I'm out. It really stinks though, because it's a lot of fun. I have actually met some really, really great people playing this game. I've had some great alliances, but this was just such a good alliance. Like, there was just no waver in either one of us. It was just, we're going to win everything, and we're going to run this house and get to the end, and we're going to go through to tier 3. And that's just what we believed the whole time. And then I dropped the ball. I mean, it's kind of fitting that Crab moves on to Final 3. Obviously, I'll definitely be voting to push him through to tier 3. But yeah, I felt so bad because it was just almost perfect. And our campaign would have been perfect. The fact that we had run the house and we had won every single HOH together, basically. And, so yeah. But it is a fun game. I'm definitely having fun with it. I did go ahead and say, because when you're voted out of a tier, you have the choice to either go back into the tier you just came from or go back to tier 1. There are 7 tiers. Right now, there's only 5 tiers open. So as people play more, they'll open up the other tiers. But yeah, it's just, I really want to get to tier 3. I hear that tier 3 is a real boogerhead to play. But I want to get to it so I can play it. And, if I bomb, then I bomb. Maybe play it a couple of times and then go back to tier 1 or something. I just wish that I had the opportunity to go back to tier 2 if I wanted to. Because I've played it so much that I do well at it. But I'm going to show it to you real quick. I know that this is not super interesting. But you know what? To somebody it might be interesting. So, anyway, so here is... Hopefully it'll come out okay. So I am currently waiting for a house, which is why you'll see this here. And I don't think I can turn my avatar. No, I can't. But anyway. Ugh. So that's my avatar. My avatar's name is Jenny Lynn, which you probably can't see. And there's a notification. But let me see if I can give you an idea. I'll show you, you know what? I'll show you the house that I just came out of. The houses are really cool. You earn coins and stuff so that you can purchase private messages. So I was just earning a whole crap ton of coins. So here's my house. That was my old house, and the cameras are changing. So it's really, really cool. Okay, so I see that somebody in the public chat has said, I'm sorry for you. So I'm kind of assuming that he was rooting for me to win. I don't know. And he was a fun house guest too. Abby did the right thing. Oh, okay. Sometimes this thing is crazy. Um, so let's see. Are any of them? They are not online right now. But yeah, it really sucked to go tonight. It really, really did. So, yeah. So that's if the show Big Brother interests you at all, the game probably would. So it's Big Brother the game. You just go to your, your app store or whatever and download it and make your little avatar and start playing the game. So it's fun. It does cost, I probably should tell you, it does cost like $5 to enter. And there are costs. So like, I think it was $5 for one, no, for 3 tickets. I'm sorry, for 3 tickets or tokens, whatever they're calling them. And to get back into tier 2 is 3 yeah. So to go into tier 1 it's only 1. So a lot of people, once they start getting higher, once they get voted out, they just go back to tier 1 because it's cheaper. So, I don't know how much longer I'll play the game myself. I hope to play, I'd like to try to get to tier 4 at least. Maybe even tier 5, but I don't know. I see a lot because there's a Facebook group, there's a Twitter group. In fact, I made a Twitter specifically just for my character on the game. So, there are just people talking about the different tiers and the different comps and stuff, and I'm like, man, I don't know. These higher tiers seem a little scary. So who knows? But anyway, I really don't have a lot to talk about, and I feel bad because there's not much to say. I do want to let you know, I'll let you know this, that we are planning a trip in June, the end of June, after school is out. We are planning a trip down to Tennessee, and we've got some things planned that we're going to be doing, and I'm really looking forward to it. I made the hotel reservation, so that's set. So we're going to go. Dan is not going. He decided to stay home and go ahead and work. So he won't be going with us, but we'll be driving down the end of June, and we'll be staying for a week and hopefully bringing you guys some great content and maybe some stuff you haven't seen before. That's possible, because when I was doing my research, I found things that I didn't know existed down there. So yeah, and I'm really excited to go and do those couple of things. Dan was actually supposed to text me, and he didn't when he was leaving. So let me see. I want to see if I can get Dan on the line, and yeah, let's do that. Let's see what we should do here. What is, by the way, what is next week? I just want to look at the calendar real quick. So let's see. We are at the 15th right now. Oh, it is the anniversary of the Titanic sinking. The Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912. I just want you guys to know that. It is the Titanic sinking anniversary. I get so obsessed sometimes about the Titanic, about how it looked, and okay, yeah, going off on another topic, just like how it looked, how beautiful everything was, how state of the art it was for its time. And it just, and then to hear some of the stories, there was a time oh, many years ago, where I was like checking books out of the library to read everything I could about the Titanic from the survivors and stuff like that. Um, Very, very interesting. Really, really interesting. Um, so it's just, I mean, all of the people that died, like, it would take me forever to learn all of their stories, of course. But there was just some that, just kind of hit you. It was always sad to me how um, some people stayed back because they didn't want to be separated from their loved ones, and how they stayed and they went down together and they died together. And that was just like, dang, man. Like, honestly, I don't know if I could do that. I'd be like, see ya, bye, Felicia. Like, I'm getting on this lifeboat. Um, I honestly don't know. I don't know if I could do that or not. So yeah, yeah. So it is the anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic, April 15th. Middle of the night, basically. And, that was just, and it's amazing to me that just these little holes caused it to sink, like, just insane. I mean, had the bulkheads just gone up, when hindsight's 2020, had those bulkheads gone up higher, it might have stayed afloat longer. It probably still would have sunk, I think. But yeah, and I mean, you almost have to be thankful for it in a way, because now there are laws about the lifeboats and how many there have to be, and that you have to have enough space for everyone on board. For the capacity of that vessel, you have to have enough. Because they didn't. There was no standard like that back then, and so they said, well, we don't need all of that. The boat deck will be too crowded, and so we're not going to do that. It's going to make it look messy, and so we're just going to put this amount, and that's it. And there weren't enough. There weren't enough for half the people, and that's just really sad. And then the other thing is that they did take on more passengers that they weren't supposed to. It was last minute. I mean, they had the room. It wasn't like that. But, I mean, all the more reason to always have enough for everybody to escape. So, it's good that that happened, because now there is that law. Now you have to have it. And I'm sure that had it not been the Titanic, it would have been another ship that kind of brought that about. So, and there were definitely other ships back then that sunk. And I mean, the unsinkable Molly Brown, she was on ships that sunk, and she never went down with them. Like, the woman was amazing. I would like to find out a little bit more about her after Titanic, which I don't think that I ever read. So that's something I should probably look into. But anyway, so there's our, look back at the Titanic. I kind of want to watch the movie. And it's funny because not only have I seen James Cameron's Titanic several times, but I would get on the hunt for other Titanic movies, that were made, old black and white, like all of that. Like, I didn't even care. I would just look them up and watch them. Really, really interesting. And you get to know the people a little bit. You get to know the names, and you're like, oh, that was the richest man at the time, the richest man on earth, or whatever. And who was that? Strauss? Were they the richest? I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, just, stuff like that. So anyway, I wanted to look at this. And then I'm going to call Dan and see. So, okay, so there's 2 more weeks there. So, well, all right. Well, I think I'm going to choose. Oh man, that's a good one. I don't think Dan will disagree with me on this. Thursday, May 13th. He better be here. I think I'm going to dub May 13th, Thursday, as our day to talk about the Jersey Devil. That's what I think I'm going to do. Absolutely. The 13th, that's perfect. Talking about the Jersey Devil on the 13th. So, yeah, I think we're going to do that. And I'll just tell him that he can't work. That's all. He can't work. So I'm going to get together all of my stuff by then, all of my info. I've got, a couple other things. Like I said, we might be doing a short little video about it as well, which we may shoot a small video about how Jersey Devil relates to my family, and then play that for you on the podcast, and then just, talk Jersey Devil. So anyway, and the Jersey Devil coaster is really coming along. So I think it could be Memorial Day. It could be. Maybe. I think it might be. I don't know. It's just a guess. I'm thinking either Memorial Day or 4th of July. I really hope it's Memorial Day. Just because when we come back from Tennessee is the 2nd of July, which is a Friday. And, if they're opening the next day, it will be fine. But I just hope that they're not opening like the weekend before. Because a lot of times what they'll do is open like the weekend before or after a holiday so that it's not as busy. And it also will draw more people to the park on a non-holiday weekend. So, yeah, I hope that it's not while we're away. I hope not. Okay, so I'm going to call Dan. Whoops, what did my phone just do? Something crazy. All right, let's call Dan. Let's call him. Why isn't it ringing? Sometimes the cell service down at my other son's house is really bad. And if he's in his brother's basement, that's even worse. All right, I'm going to try again. He doesn't know that I'm doing this. Oh my gosh, it doesn't seem to be going through. Dang. Oh, man. Ah, I really, really wanted to do that. All right. If you're just getting here and you don't know what's going on, I am basically it's a bunch of nothing nonsense. I talked about a game I'm playing on my phone, Big Brother the game, and talked a little bit about when I might do the Jersey Devil podcast. What else did I talk about? I don't remember. We're going to Coaster Power Hours tomorrow night.
Please leave your message for...
Okay. Dang, I really wanted to get him on the air. That would be so funny. Yeah, and now I'm just trying to get a hold of Dan. Because he's not here. But he was supposed to text me when he was on his way back.
Please leave your message.
Okay, I don't know, man. I'm trying to put him on the air. I'm texting him. I need you to answer. We are live. We are live and you... We're live. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is going to be kind of great. I'm hoping that it goes through, and it's making it look like it's not. So my son lives down in Woodbury, my son Dave, and the cell service down there sometimes is not great, especially in his house. Like if you're in the basement, forget about it. If you kind of move from one room to the other, forget about it. It breaks up and you lose connection, and yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, what the heck, Dan? Come on, man. So if you guys are going to the Coaster Power Hours, let me know. Either here live if you're going, or let me know in the comments if you're going, and if you already went, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Just a quick refresher on that. As members, we paid $5 per ticket to get in. It was an extra ticketed event. I don't think $5 is bad if you're going to spend all 5 hours in the park. Even if you're not going to spend 5 hours, if you're just going to spend, a couple of hours hitting your favorite coasters, I think it's well worth it. I mean, personally, I would love to spend all 5 hours there and, just keep riding. So, we'll see if we do that or not. I don't know, but, it's great if you really love the coasters, and it's hard because it can be very difficult when you go, and to get re-rides can be hard. I mean, you've got to be willing to stand. I mean, when we were there the last time, was it opening day? Yeah, when we were there on opening day, Bizarro had a 2-hour wait when we went over there. That's insanity for that ride. Like, I don't think that I would wait 2 hours for any ride. I just don't think I would do it. And maybe that's just because I'm spoiled. But yeah, I don't think I would wait 2 hours for any ride. Would I wait 2 hours for Jersey Devil Coaster? Probably. And once I ride it, I will probably wait another 2 hours. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. I might hate it. But, yeah, I don't think that I've ever waited 2 hours for any ride. An hour, yes. 2 hours? I don't think I've ever done that. So anyway, the point is that, if you're going, on a regular day, and you're like, you know what, I don't want to wait this long for my favorite coaster. This is a perfect opportunity. $5 to ride your favorite coaster, probably over and over and over again. Heck yeah. I think it's very reasonable. And the fact that we can use our meal plan, that's great. Especially like Rachel and Paul, pretty much, I mean, they're chicken fingers, so you get them chicken fingers just about everywhere as chicken fingers. You get them their chicken fingers and fries, and they're good to go. I do have to remember to take our drink cups though, because I don't know if mobile order will be a thing or not. So now last time I don't think we didn't take anybody's cup last time, and they didn't ask for it. But I think we need to take a couple of cups with us probably. It's probably a good idea. I hate carrying them around. But at the same time, you hear from some people, oh, they want to see the cup to give you the refill. And then other people say, no, they just scanned my card. It was fine. So who knows? Who really knows? I don't know. I think it's, hit or miss. So let me just see. I don't think this is going through, but I'm going to try because I think it would be hysterical. Oh, it's ringing. And hello, Daniel. I I am going to put you on live. All right, so here we go. Okay, I've already been live for 39 minutes.
Okay.
So say hello to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. Yeah. I can't do it too loud because baby is asleep.
And I didn't even do a welcome to the podcast. All I did was, my hello and welcome. I did not do yours. You will be very happy about that.
Good.
So how is your brother doing?
He is doing well, and he got his flag, and it was funny.
Okay, and how is your
He's made
sister-in-law?
Well, with baby,
How is your nephew?
it's adorable.
Yeah, my little Jacob. I miss him.
I'm actually this was horrible timing. I'm about ready to leave in like a minute.
Okay, well, I didn't have anything else. I've been just talking. I have been talking literal nonsense about things that people don't care about. And I'm like, I've got to call and try to get you on. And the call wouldn't go through and wouldn't go through. And so I'm like, I got to get Dan on the podcast. So do you have anything that you would like to say or?
Dave thought I was calling him, came out here to call him gay and then leave. Because the flag was packaged so that only the rainbow was showing at first.
Oh.
So he thought it was a gay pride flag, and then he unraveled it to see McLovin's face, and immediately fell apart laughing.
I don't think that he'll hang any type of flag outside of his house.
No, he's hanging it at the bar.
In the basement, yeah. Yeah. So, I should get him a pride flag. And he can hang that at the bar. I think that would be great.
Don't do that. Don't
That would be great. He could say, "Welcome to my gay bar. Gay bar."
Yeah. You killed it.
That's so funny. But,
Yeah.
well, I think that he should include all.
He can include all without a flag to do it. Oh my God, we gotta talk about this later. I'm losing brain cells.
If I had a bar, I would include everybody. In fact, you know what? Not for nothing, but I'd rather hang out with a bunch of gay people, quite frankly.
Oh my God, I knew you were gonna say it.
I would. They're nicer people than most people.
Oh my God, I'm nothing outside.
Most.
I'm in the neighborhood, mother. This isn't
Well, what? Are you on a speakerphone right now?
I might as well be. Anyway.
Oh. Well, anyway, I'm just saying that they're nicer than most people, most regular, whatever, most people in general. I didn't mean it like that. Please.
They wanted the final moments with me, so I'm going to go now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bye.
All right, well then, I'm gonna go, and the podcast will be ending momentarily.
Okay, bye.
All right, thanks for joining me, son.
Yep.
Bye. Okay, I don't even know what all that was about, really, but anyway, so, and those of you that know me well, you know I'm just playing. I love all people. I am not even kidding.
Mom, how about we do
But I do stand by. Hold on, but I do stand by that gay people are some of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. Not that that means anything, not that it matters, but whatever. I was trying to, I don't know, play off of what he was saying on the phone. I don't know. Okay. So now that I have thoroughly probably pissed some people off and embarrassed myself, I think that is going to do it for another podcast.
But I want to do this with you.
No, we're not. The podcast is over. So, just as I said, that's it for another podcast. We hope that you enjoyed it. I know that it wasn't much. come back and see us again. We will be back next week. We will be back every week unless we tell you otherwise. So we will be back every week. And I believe right now that May 13th will be our Jersey Devil podcast, the Jersey Devil talk, the Jersey Devil history and all of that. So guys, have a great weekend. Have a wonderful week. And we're going to see you next Thursday. Love you. Bye.